The Starcrossed Exotic mission has been out for a few weeks. We've recapped the main story, but with each run now and the catalysts and perks acquired, new dialogue is released and a secret discovered at the end. A symbol in the Black Garden tied to the Ishtar Collective. Today we discuss this lore and mystery. Week after week, our Guardian has been able to infiltrate the Black Garden, complete star-crossed tasks for new perks on our bow, and acquire new lore about the Ahamkara, Riven and Taranis' story. I'll play those if you'd like to hear them in a bit, but at the end of the mission, a new bridge has been constructed that leads to a final room with some epic lore implications. This symbol belongs to the Ishtar Collective. It's their logo. The Ishtar Collective was a Golden Age group of scientists that rivaled the likes of Clovis Bray, studying advanced technology and information. The Collective's main focus was on the Vex. Their research teams evolved on Venus at first, where many experiments were done. They established camps like Campus 9 and outposts on Venus as seen in Destiny 1.
That's it. The archive. Secrets of the Golden Age, untouched for centuries. Radio A encryption. They were serious about keeping people out. Not a problem. After you.
The most notable experiment in terms of Vex and Ishtar was called Subject 12. Subject 12 was a live Vex operation specimen. The researchers discovered that this Vex unit could simulate their entire research team with complete accuracy. To counter this and sort of save themselves, they brought in the Warmind Rasputin, which was too complex for the Vex to simulate. As a result, over 200 copies of these scientists were free, and after a vote, they decided to go into the Vex network and let them explore. The current real versions of these characters like Maya Sundaresh were saved, but those copies were now in the Vex network. Remember the Insight Dialogue M-Sun 12? A copy of Maya Sundaresh, who was a part of Ishtar.
Location secured, Commander Zavala.
Good work, Guardian. What intel did you discover?
There's an almost unreadable data artifact here labeled Oxa. It's heavily corrupted, but I'm able to make out M-Sun 12 from the access log. What is Oxa, and who was M-Sun 12?
Those are questions for another day, I suppose.
The tale of these scientists exploring the network gets even more intriguing when you look at a lore card Irialis from book Aspect in Shadowkeep. The whole book is a very cool tale, and I'll probably make another video on it at some point, but this lore card is the last one in that book. And in it, copies of those Ishtar scientists found Praedyth, one of the members who were lost in time from the Vault of Glass encounter long ago, and together they tried to escape. In the vault, 183 sets of simulated Golden Age scientists flex their own limbs, ready to make a break for it. Praedyth, kneeling at his radio, shakes out his hands. They're stiff. He's stiff, queasy with exertion and worry, and a stack of lifetimes in a cell, but ready. 160 Mayas reach for the Chiomas by their side. 158 Chiomas reach back. One Praedyth waiting for the conductor's baton to drop. Uncountable Vex in the garden waiting for the same event, a synchrony none of them notice. Somewhere, a veil is always lifting. Somewhere, Kabir is always dooming himself. Somewhere, a door is always opening. Somewhere, they are always stepping through. So it's implied copies of the Scientist and Praedyth tried to escape. Some of them actually might have. That lore was long ago in Shadowkeep, and maybe we're going to get some more information on this in future episodes like this one. But it makes you wonder, what's going on here in Starcrossed? Is this a hint to all these connected stories? In that lore card, they do mention the Black Garden. So it makes you wonder, what was the purpose of it being here? Are they trying to relay a message to us, or did we just stumble upon it? The real versions of these Ishtar characters, Maya Sundaresh, Chioma, would actually board the Exodus Indigo, a colony ship which eventually carried them to Neptune. There they encountered the alien Veil artifact of darkness and built Neomuna.
Osiris, I'm sending you a visual feed. We could use your help navigating this place.
Incredible. Just like the archive on Venus. You should be able to access that Ishtar terminal like any other.
The story of these researchers is fun to dive into. They had crazy discoveries like Subject 12 and the Veil, which helped advance humanity, but at a cost. On Neptune, many of their own scientists were killed when they came too close to the Veil, and also when it was used in their brain-linking studies. Neomuna was their success, but also a sad story.
Years ago, back on Venus, the Vex simulated copies of us, Maya and I, trapped in a virtual hell. After so long, even hell can look like heaven, can't it? I'm tired. I'm done. Maya has to be out there. The Maya I remember. And all I want is one more moment with her. To hold her in my arms. Tell her that I love her. So she can tell me to hush one more time. If we learned anything from the Veil, it's that eventually we all have to learn to let go. So, I made contact with the Vex. I'm ready. And it's time to say goodbye.
Starcrossed also gives us some more dialogue about Riven, Taranis, and Mara's relationship. What went on here in the garden and how things sort of panned out. I'm gonna play that audio now if you'd like to hear it.
We have reached the end of all things. Our echoes fade from this place, and all others. So I carve this for you, into the stars, like myths of old. Taranis and I met at the highest peaks of the Queen's dreaming halls. Together, we set on a path that led to where you stand. It was a time when bargain eaters and bargainers worked in tandem, a cycle of feeding. It ended in a great hunt, the near death of our kind.
Guardian, your connection to Taranis activated an ontological reflection. It seems Riven left a message in a bottle. Curious. The era she spoke of was a time of fortification for the Awoken. The Dreaming City should have been a pillar from which we defended this system against the likes of the Witness. Thanks to Riven, it has fallen far from that. Scour her old haunts. Let's make sure she hasn't left anything less pleasant.
At the height of the great hunt, the Queen separated us. I was treated to a beautiful cage. For my protection. Our kind has much agency, but there are rules. And the Queen is a deft navigator of rules. I never saw Taranis again. I have not found Ahamkara to lament such things. But I did. The path that brought you here was built by us both. No others that I have ever known walked your path. You are unique in that way.
I lost Sieur, like Riven lost Taranis, years before that. And there was no cage. Just senseless oblivion. I didn't know I had done so at the time. But I do not regret the choice to separate Riven and Taranis. I imagine it was difficult, much more so for them than me. But necessary. The Vanguard had no right to annihilate a sentient species, no matter the cause. I bear responsibility as well. Pretended to aid the Vanguard during the hunt while keeping Riven as a weapon of the state. Don't get me wrong. I was responsible, not regretful. But thanks to you, the cycle of Wishkeepers and Wish-enders will continue. For good or ill.
One vital note to impart to you who walk this path. What Taranis has done has never been done in all the solar cycles of this system. Ahamkara are solitary, self-defending creatures, by instinct, by necessity. But his last wish sent our clutch into the ley lines of the dreaming city. It cost him everything. Ahamkara do not love. It is not in our nature. But Taranis loves. And instinct will not impart its cold hard facts. So I leave it here, into the stars.
I thought Riven had left these for you, Guardian. I haven't missed the connections the two of you forged. Whoever these messages are for, I think she finally let go of many things. Perhaps I can do the same.
We are apex predators of the highest order. The instincts that rest in your bones speak louder than I ever could. But what I leave you is what these solids, these humans, might leave their brood. Cold, hard facts. I do so because there have never been Ahamkara like you. Many paths lie ahead. The garden of your conception grows in many directions. You are children of light and dark, in many meanings and none. You may be all that remains. Choose your path wisely. Everything has a cost.
So this message was meant for her progeny. I'll leave a decree to the Paladins and Corsairs. These stars are not to be touched until they are found by those for which they are intended. Perhaps Riven meant to entrust me with them. Perhaps not. But I will bear responsibility for her brood. Come what may.
Anyway, Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. Some more lore in the Starcrossed mission and some mysteries involving the Ishtar Collective. Let us know what you think it means in the comments below. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.